I believe most of you have read this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki before. Other than some basic personal finance knowledge we can extract from this book, I believe the finest and the most important part of this book is where the author tells us what are some income generating assets we can purchase or invest in order to escape the rat race. Hi guys, it's Grayson here. So today in this video, I'm gonna list out all the income generating assets that are mentioned in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. So depends on where your risk tolerance is, you can choose to purchase or invest with all these options I'm gonna list out to you today. Click the like and subscribe button real quick and let's get into the video.
Well, for those that don't know what is a income generating asset, it is any financials, product or services that will generate cash flow for you. In other words, they will produce income for you. And in most of the cases, income generating asset will increase in value over the time. So the first income generating asset we're gonna talk about is bonds. To put it in a simple way, bonds is simply a proof or a evidence that we are borrowing or lending our money to certain corporations or even government bodies. And in return, they will pay us back a certain percentage rate of interest as reward. Nowadays, buying a bond is very simple. You can simply buy it online. But back in the days, bonds used to look like this. And the second income generating asset, and the most common one, is stock. Stock is a proof of ownership in a business or a company. For example, if you like Coca-Cola, Genting Casino, or even Starbucks, you can simply buy a shares of the company and you will become a shareholder of the company. You are entitled to attend the annual meeting or even receive dividends if the company decides to give shareholders the share of a profit. And the third income generating asset is real estate. Another word for real estate is properties. And the two most common way to profits in real estate is either by capital appreciations or by rental income. Capital appreciations means you buy the property in a low price and sell it in a higher price. And rental income means you buy the properties and you rent out and you receive a monthly payment. And the fourth income generating asset are businesses. Yes, asset doesn't only mean things that are physical. Non-physical things like businesses is a asset as well. It can be big as a airline company or small as a cafe. As long as the company is generating profit, it is a good business. And the fifth income generating assets are intellectual properties or royalties. In other words, it is a non-physical product or properties that are created by the human intellect. And if someone wants to use the intellectual properties, they have to pay them a certain fees, which are called as royalties. For example, this YouTube channel is my intellectual properties. Nobody can use my content without my permissions or approval. Another classic example of the intellectual properties or royalties player is Disney. In fact, they are one of the largest intellectual properties owner and one of the largest royalties receiver. And the last income generating asset we're gonna talk about are commodities. Commodities are the raw materials that have a usage in these economy bodies. It can be precious metals like gold, silver, and platinum, or it can even be oil and petroleum.
Before I end the video, I wish to shout out for my content partner in this episode, Jay. Do follow him on Instagram at rockbottom_financial journey. He frequently posts information about finance and businesses. In fact, infographic like this today was done by him. So stay safe during this pandemic, take good care and do proper precautions. Click the like and subscribe button before you go and see you all in the next video.